obviously in trouble.
So, second half about to get underway. Ottens will start in the ruck for the Tigers. Still Daffy in there as well. Gasper picking up O'Loughlin. Luff going forward for the Swans with Paul Kelly, Adam Goods, Robbie Armat. The other end of the ground, Benny Gale in the goal scorer opposed to Shawville and Holland as we're underway in this third quarter. And nothing doing there for either side. Matthews wrapped up by Daffy.
Well, Dunkley starting in defence. He's allowed Troy Luff to go forward, and Luff, he's played a lot of football up forward, and he gives him a little bit of height, but still continues the thrust of Rodney Eads' plan, and that is to have a very fast forward line.
Daffy got the ball to hand, but into space more than anything. Swash, that was clever to get it away, although more Tigers than Swans there, as you can see. Daffy putting it high, pretty tough for Gale. Oh, what a mark from the side. Great stuff.
Seen this guy kick some big goals too.
Back with the fly. That was a fantastic grab from Brad Ottens.
Just hasn't had an impact yet, Brad Ottens. Hasn't had a kick.
He's got hands on ball a few times, hasn't he? But not been able to take them like that. Oh, he's gone for the Matthew Lloyd procedure there, throwing up the grass. Here's Ottens. 29 goals so far this year. Well, that won't add to the total. Gale still a chance. Vardy was like lightning coming in, but only behind. So one even goal now between these two sides. Sydney still with the advantage.
What's an uneven goal look like?
One even goal, I said, Robbo.
What's an uneven goal like?
Oh, okay.
49 plays 43. The Swans lead by 6 points.
Great kick.
Oh, yep. Terrific kick, yep. Precision and distance. McPherson. Again, a very good kick into the right half forward area. Nix, did he get his foot to that?
Yep.
Out of bounds on the full.
Well, it's a good kick, Robbo, in length, but it still didn't hit the target. And if he had hit the target, well, the Swans would be shooting a goal.
Hilton across the full back line. Daffy goes short. Does well. Campbell has had 11 touches in this game. Daffy has had 16. Chaffee has had 13. Ball lands just forward of the wing, favouring the Tigers. Now Gasper trying to get away from that area. Eventually squeezes a kick up towards the forward pocket area. Rogers can't swoop on it. His immediate opponent, Rowan Wharf. And that's the Tigers bench. Tawney, Dragicevic. Tawney in runners, so probably to take no further part, I wouldn't think. Right hamstring early in the game to Jason Tawney. And we are wondering about Andrew Kellaway and his ability maybe to have an impact in the rest of this match.
Yeah, there's no doubt,
the
Rob.
difference. Go on, Richard.
Sorry,
Sorry.
Rob, I was going to say there's no doubt it's more a hamstring than a cork in. I'd suggest if he was going to be on the ground, he would have been on already.
Alton's pushing from behind. Broderick released the ball, nothing effective. Bowden just couldn't quite get hands. This is where Kelly excels. Broke through, uses the hands again, gets it back. Just didn't quite make the target. Creswell, but Kelly good enough to keep it up. Ahmed at full tilt, can go all the way. Vacant goal square. Low kick, but he missed it by a fair way in the end. Be disappointed with that, but the transformation was pretty quick for the Swans, and this is why. Paul Kelly.
Look at those powerful shoulders and forearms and biceps. He is just one man made of steel, is Paul Kelly, and you wouldn't want to get in his way, but Robbie Armat sometimes just going a little bit too quick for his own ability.
Actually, I wondered whether Adam Goods was in position. He had his arms flailing everywhere. Anyway, it's an opportunity gone begging for Sydney. A Richmond combination from the kick out. Finishes with Tivendale. And off the left, he runs away from Kelly. Kelly chased. Couldn't quite get his man. Tivendale to full forward. Mark taken by Dunkley. Handball off. Oh, crunch goes McPherson. But he's able to get the hand pass away. Out wide crouch. The umpire sees the attack on McPherson as unfair.
I think he paid too high, Robert. And if you just look at his backhand,
The left arm?
Yeah, it was around his neck.
Fair enough. Maxfield over the top. Schwass.
They've got to spot somebody here unless Schwass goes all the way and kicks it himself.
Oh, well done, Maxfield. He kept running in support and got the due rewards, a goal to he and his team. Never stop running in support was the message delivered by that passage of play, Stuart Maxfield.
Yeah, he just thought this one through beautifully here, Wayne Schwass. Rather than bomb the ball long, he drew the only defender between him and Maxfield and then slipped it into Maxfield, who didn't let him down. And it was greeted with a fair bit of joy by a few of the Swan supporters beside us.
Well, the Swans would be very relieved with that goal. Out of the middle this time, though, Broderick couldn't, well, he did get it out and gets it to Knights. Creswell bearing down, Knights over the top. He's wrapped up now by Seymour, holding the ball.
Geez, I'd like to have a look at that initial tackle. It looked as if it took Matthew Knights very high.
And Knights making a nuisance of himself now to just hold things up. Seymour misses the target considerably, and Creswell haplessly watches it go out of bounds. Tigers fans venting their displeasure.
I think Rodney Eade to be venting his as well, but it's only one kick, but certainly it has cost the Swans an opportunity to go into attack.
8-8 plays 6-7 here at Colonial Stadium. Cameron overruns it, opens up for the Swans. Oh, Goods left the bundle behind. Tivendale didn't get it to a teammate. Crouch rode the tackle for a long time and goes and gets it again. Had a good match, Crouch. That didn't help his teammate though. Vardy, awkward looking kick and awkward result. Dunkley on the ground in this second half has his second go at it. And uses Seymour, who goes out to a one-on-one contest. Goods from behind, had to spoil, but he brought it to the ground to his own advantage. If he can just get there and paddle it, he did, and did it pretty well. Tough stuff there for Matthews, barges through. McPherson, been important for them this afternoon. Gets it out to Crouch, having a great game. Kicks it into the lead of O'Loughlin, who hits it at full pelt and takes the mark. And Armat will just be within range. Just? No. Jared not convinced.
I don't think he's in range. I just think Michael O'Loughlin's perhaps a better shot at goal. But this, he does the unbelievable, this kid. That's what makes him so electrifying and so exciting to watch.
Well, he kicked the goal of the year last week. This one is away to the left. And another behind. So the Swans to 8-9 and the Tigers are 6-7. We've been going about 8 minutes in this third quarter.
Just a goal added for Sydney and a couple of behinds, and Richmond have really scrambled.
They've had more opportunities than just one goal, haven't they, Robert? They haven't got a lot of return. The Tigers are going to get their chance when they swing in. The ball starts moving their way, and they've got the momentum. They may just have a greater capacity to score.
Broderick very wide, and Gasper in front of his face has marked it left half back for the Tigers. Swings onto his right and then kicks it past the wing, and Campbell not able to take the mark. Knights, Daffy wide, Ottens backs himself, support coming from Chaffee. Chaffee favoured by the left, kicks into the pocket. Burke couldn't take the mark. Crumbs are gathered by Gale, left foot snap by Brendan Gale is a biter.
Sort of biter, Robert.
A ball biter. 8-9 to 7-7. Sydney lead by 8.
Yeah, great movement there by Brendan Gale. He looks younger with every year passing. He's just moving like a ballerina here. Look at this. Goes to his right, then swings back on the left. Oh, what a goal.
Well done, because he looked just a little restricted during that second term with an elbow injury.
Stuart Matfield sits down. Swans leading now by 8. Benny Gale has been through a lot of pain at Richmond over the years. He doesn't want to see this chance to make the final slip away. Huge second half for both teams.
Tigers have missed the finals by percentage only, I think twice in the last 6 years. So they're in exactly the same position now. They've just got to keep winning and force their way in.
Sydney 8-9, Richmond 7-7. So they go again in the middle. Been a great battle there. Stafford. Here's Swasso. Or Saddington couldn't take it with him. Tivendale could. What a build-up by the Tigers. Nick Daffy from 55. He gets them roaring. 2 points in it.
What actually happened there at the centre bounce, do you think? It was just a... it was only a momentum thing, wasn't it?
Well, I think Swass gave the hot handball to Saddington, and Saddington just wasn't good enough to be able to swallow it. Swass did well, I think, grabbing the ball out of the middle, and he was just going to run into some trouble, and he just went backwards, and all of a sudden the turnover was affected. Greg Stafford from the ground, which leaves the youngster Doyle in the middle to battle it out with another youngster in Brad Ottens.
Well, certainly a game to be won now. Just 2 points the margin in favour of Sydney. The Swans led by 16 at quarter time. They led by 7 at half time. And the goals, a couple of them now coming in the early part of this third quarter to Richmond to bring the margin back to just 2 points. Swans have kicked 1 goal in this third term, but 2 big ones for Richmond, Brendan Gale and Nick Daffy. Second bounce at much the same position. Cresswell dispossessed by Knights. Attempted hack out of there by Daffy. Campbell back to Tivendale. Tivendale normally uses the ball well. Kicks it up high. Holland. Over the top was Dunkley. There in support is Luff. Seymour. Back to Luff. Luff with some space, goes into the middle. Mark dropped there by Schwass. Uncustomary there. So maybe the panic. Chaffee to full forward. Ottens kicks nothing. Still not there. And desperate work by the Swans.
Schwass is hurt, I think. I know he's up and going.
Lewis back onto the ground. And coming off is Matthews for Sydney.
It's just a push in the back to Brad Ottens, Robbo.
Close, isn't it? And again,
it's just great desperation though from all players. A lot on the line here at the moment.
I'll sit on the fence. And surely.
Oh no!
No, Broderick. Yes. He's missed. He's missed. Bad luck for Paul Broderick. So back to the barest possible margin in favour of Sydney now. 1 point, 57 plays 56. The roof open here at Colonial Stadium, so playing in the natural elements, and just 1 point in favour of Sydney. Short kick in has been taken by Seymour.
Well, the Swans had trouble getting it out of defence last time. Seymour running, and we'll go for Dunkley. He's in front. Couldn't mark. Good spoil from Cameron, getting it to Tivendale, who's had a few good touches in the last few minutes. Cameron usually polished, does well. Broderick's kick very low. Desperate start from the Swans. Just able to stop Big Doyle. He's under pressure. Got the handball just straight in front of himself. Got it out to Seymour. And now they will get away. Wolf, McPherson, Armat. Still nothing certain about the Swans. Armat was in trouble. Stevens did well. Back to McPherson. He's gone.
Jeez, he just lacks awareness.
Holding the ball. That's a bad decision. Not paid. Had the time. Chaffee. Doesn't matter for the Tigers. They'll get it anyway. Campbell out wide. Bowden missed it. The kick wasn't great. Bowden unfortunately just slipped over. Nix working hard for the Swans. What a battle all over the ground at the moment. Tigers winning the hard balls at the moment. Free kick. Going Sydney's way to Nix.
Didn't have the ball.
Daniel McPherson, we've seen him 3 times already today just get caught because of a lack of awareness. He's got to know when he's coming through the centre.
Good kick.
That there are going to be players around him.
Very well done by Matthew Nix, spotting John Stevens. I'm very happy to see this fellow playing a part, because that eye injury looked as though it was going to cause some problems for him. Cresswell accepts the hand pass out wide, and Luff has come all the way down and marked about 30 metres out on a slight angle.
Did he know what he was doing then, Jared?
Of course he did. 1-3 best and fairest, like Darren Cresswell. And when he turned around and unloaded, I reckon he would have been very pleased to see.
You don't think he meant that?
Well, it looked to me as if he was in the kicking action before he saw who was there, although he was there before he got the ball, so maybe he knew he was out there.
Boys, there's no way knowing he meant that kick.
I'd like to give him the credit, and he would be the only one that could answer it. But anyway, Luff going for goal, and I think he's converted. Troy Luff goal.
Well, nevertheless, I know Darren Creswell will take full toll of that situation. It was a goal that was absolutely, desperately required. Johnny Stevens sets him up. I'm not sure the value. And he was lucky he was there, Robbo, because that was his only option. Whether or not he knew he was there is probably a moot point. Your thoughts now, Mr. Robertson?
Well done by Darren Creswell.
Yes.
And Troy Luff, a goal to the Swans.
Well, the Swans, a desperately needed goal. Will it change the momentum of this game or not? Tigers have been on top in general play. Knights got a handball through the legs. Kelly allowed the space clear for Swans. The big man Doyle, oh, he missed his man. He's opposite 32, Tivendale. Good work, and that allows Bowden clear. On the end of it, Harrison, 70 from goal. Sets it up for Benny Gale. Look at Benny get to the front. Ottens from the side again. From the side entrance, he almost took centre stage, just couldn't quite hang on to it. And the Swans able to get away, and Crouch again on the way out. McPherson, this time he doesn't run off blindly. He switches play instead.
So look, Brendan Gale was stiff not to get a free kick in front of goal.
Lewis will be the target for Swans. It was a scrubber of a kick. Tough for Dale Lewis. Did well to get back onto his feet quickly. Kicks hurriedly. Oh, Bitterscombe went for the big ride on the slippery slip. No free kick. Cameron takes it away and kicks it to the outer side and gets Joel Bowden.
Joel Bowden with plenty of space in front of himself after one bounce. Delivers high to a congested. Oh, great mark from behind. Third in line, Brad Ottens. Probably too far out to score, although I wouldn't put too much out of the reach of this young fellow. The player on the mark is well and truly inside the 50-metre arc. So if Brad Ottens can kick the ball 50 metres, it's only a question of accuracy.
He's a big occasion player, Robbo. I think he'd be a big chance.
It is a mammoth kick. It's a goal. A goal to Ottens. Well, he has got untapped ability, that young fella, and he kicks Richmond back to within a point of the Swans.
It's a great mark. It was as good a mark as it was a goal. And what a time for it to come. It just looked as if the Swans had an opportunity at the other end of the ground. Big push out there from Holland. And that was very generous by the umpire.
Well, the Tigers fans are up and yelling. They're within a point of the Sydney Swans. 8 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Ozzie said it would be the premiership quarter. We'll see. Out of the middle. Doesn't really come out, Doyle. I wonder how long it'll be before Rodney Eade goes back to his number one ruckman, Stafford. Campbell took a long time, but he measured the kick beautifully to David Burke. He wanted to give it, shouldn't have, goes again, and he had support. Bitterscombe provides the pass, and it is a beauty. Rogers marking outside 50. And Kent kicked the ball a long way. Doesn't look like he's going to have a shot. Sets it up to the square. Swans desperate just to slap it away. Kelly wants it as his own. Got a high one, or did he? Ducked into it a little bit. Around the boundary, they might get away. Bounce handball, and Shortwell took it straight over the line and out of bounds. What about that, Brett Allen? The older Tiger supporters.
And about 4 minutes ago we saw that incident where Shortwell just took the run out from Brendan Gale. May well have been a free kick.
Doyle and Gale, Saddington, Campbell over the top. Daffy, back to Cameron. Leon Cameron does well, kicks the ball over his right shoulder. A contest at half forward. Tigers to swoop on it. Knights, wasn't he tackled well by Kelly? Ferocious tackle by Paul Kelly. And that just may be the crunch here. The Swans will go forward. On the end of it is Armat from 50 metres. Robbie Armat hits the post. 3 behinds from the boot of Robbie Armat. Swans would love to have bought a goal there. Cresswell and Hilton in the middle of the ground in that passage of play. Leon Cameron prepares to bring it back for Richmond. Goes out in the direction of Dragicevic, gathers quite nicely, kicks beautifully, and finds Campbell.
Look at the loose Tigers up ahead.
Campbell starting to get into the play.
Everywhere.
Kicks in towards half forward. No mark. At the back was Dunkley. Swans gather. Crouch under pressure. In goes Seymour. He's well tackled by Tivendale, and the umpire will call for a bounce. Just forward of centre, favouring the Tigers. The Swans lead by 2 points. 6 minutes of the third term remaining.
So, there he is, Stafford, back on the ground, back in the action. He's well tackled, really well wrapped up by Wayne Campbell, who looks to Brett Allen. And Dragicevic right at the bottom as well.
Now, Jared, I just want to ask you a question with your physiotherapy background. We've got Andrew Callaway down here doing strides and run-through. He's been doing it for a quarter now. If it was a hamstring, he wouldn't be doing that. So what do you think the problem would be?
Oh, I just think it'd be a corky. He must have just got a bad knock on it, and he's just trying to keep himself fresh just in case, or warm just in case he is absolutely needed if they lose too many more players. But there's a blood rule situation. John Stevens, that eye just will not stop bleeding or leaking, and he is off. And just having at the inside 50s there, the Tigers just poleaxing the Swans in this term. It's been pretty even up until this stage, but they have had so much of the ball at the moment inside their attacking zone.
Campbell 5 touches in the first quarter, 6 in the second. He's already had 7 in the third. Still 6 minutes left in this third quarter.
9-10 to 9-8. Swans by 2 at Colonial Stadium. Gale, a brilliant tap. Bowden under pressure, but found Campbell. Now Daffy off the left towards full forward. Holland from the side, played from behind in the end. Dunkley mark or free kick. Must have been a free kick, I think. Didn't appear to take the mark. Quick to get the handball off anyway. Swass got Nix as his option. Nix takes it.
Well, good to see Michael O'Loughlin up on the ball, because he really hasn't had a great impact on this match.
Kicks it up high, and it wasn't a good kick. Gale in front. Stafford arrived late. Spoiled okay, but Hilton clearing it. Had nothing to go to, but the short handball. Chaffee popping it up again. Swans, Dunkley playing in front. Got a free for in the back.
It's been good, Dunkley.
Yep. He's had to be too.
Probably should have got the free kick the last time that Ottens kicked a goal, but the Swans have got away with a couple as well, which generally happens.
Funny old kick from
Stafford's a big chance here.
There he is. He's pushing forward. He'll get this in space. Campbell is the man having a go at him. Sets it up. Oh, wasn't a good kick. And Luff was very late on the scene.
Maxfield was running in support of Stafford, looking for the hand pass. Greg Stafford maybe just had one thing on his mind, was to kick the ball. If he just could have noticed Maxfield running off to his right, they were a real chance there.
Well, once again, the Swans just breaking down in their forward line. And if they're only going in so few times, they've got to do better than that.
That's Bitterscombe in a bit of strife already. The Tigers with Tawney and Callaway on the interchange bench. Campbell, possession number 9 so far in the third term. Poor kick though. Shawball marks. Crouch running in support. Kicks in towards half forward. Stafford's got this one.
Lewis is in the square on his own. Oh.
He's kicked it wider still. Goods probably could have nearly gone back and had a shot there, Greg Stafford.
Probably.
Hilton run to the ground by Goods. Hilton looking to play on. He can see players on their own. Forward. Chaffee. He's got Brendan Gale. He kicks in that direction. Up over the top was Dunkley, but he interfered on this occasion with Gale. And the frustrated Tiger fans applauding that decision by umpire Brett Allen.
Well, I don't know why they thought it was a good decision. I know they think they've been hard done by, and that may well be the case, but that was a poor decision.
Another mongrel kick coming in from Brendan Gale. Now Michael O'Loughlin being shepherded by Dunkley, able to get the kick away. Will it go over Gale's head? But it doesn't bounce. Nicely for Paul Kelly. Tigers back in numbers. Bowden and Hilton to help out the taller Brendan Gale. Hilton to kick the Tigers into their forward half. The ball will land at half forward. Great mark.
He's had a great third quarter.
He certainly has.
Robbo.
Yes.
A few of the other Swans players, if they want to win this match, are going to have to match his work rate when the Tigers have got the ball.
Dunkley, 3 marks and 5 hand passes. Stafford across the ground to Lewis. Lewis marks, plays on. Nix will take the mark. Nix from deep in the pocket. Now, where are the disciplines here? He tries to get around. He's put himself into a virtually impossible position. Armat, back to Lewis. He's caught. Back to Armat. They've had about 5 possessions and they've gone 20 metres further from goal. The kick towards half forward. It'll be gathered by Luff. Handball away. Cresswell looks, delivers to Stafford. Back to Cresswell. Still, they can't get anything going. Maxfield off the left, high into the pocket. Kelly, Lewis. Now the chance with Dragicevic. Opportunity now there for Saddington. Now Armat. Snapshot by Armat's a goal. And I'm tired from commentating on it. By gee whiz, wasn't that hard work?
You're tired. What about the stats bloke? He has got RSI the right
to
wrist.
get the ball through the goal.
He's written down 34 kicks and 73 handballs.
Unbelievable.
Great job.
Well, Robbie Armat has kicked his first goal after kicking 3 behinds, but importantly for Sydney, they did work very hard to keep it alive and eventually got the goal.
Robbie Armat, they did it very hard, the Swans, but they've got the result. And here's the man we've been talking about, Andrew Callaway, back on the ground.
And Hutto, Robbo's just gone out with the St John's ambulance man. They've brought the resuscitator in, so you've got a bit of work to do for the rest of this quarter.
8 points in it. Maybe that'll get the Swans going. They've got it out of the middle again. It was Crouch involved. Good little giveaway handball. Oh, he's in trouble, Goods. He just got boot to it, though. Hilton there, able to get the handball away. Good vision. Bitterscombe, who was in trouble a minute ago, looks for the boundary line. He's over holding the ball.
That was the perfect tackle in the finish because he wrapped up his right arm, his left arm in fact, and he couldn't get the ball away cleanly.
Armat sends it in. Stafford pushing forward. Oh, Luff just couldn't quite hold it. It was within milliseconds of hanging onto it. Now it opens up through the middle. Cameron with Gale pushing onto the wing, into the space, and gets him. Swass getting back just to try and hold him up. Tigers surge forward. The kick was a flat one, but it was all right. Harrison in front, 70 from goal onto his left, sets it up towards full forward. Dunkley getting back, goes further. Ottens went one-handed, done that a few times today. Well done, Wolf, might have got a free for hanging on. Play on, Chaffey, quick kick into the square. Ottens and Knights both flying, neither can take it. Callaway, oh, they went nowhere near him, and he kicks a goal. Welcome back. Well, they all ran away from him. Maybe they thought he was going to lay it off. But it's back to 2 points the difference. And the Tigers right back in it.
Gee, when you anticipate what a player's going to do, you're in strife, aren't you? I think the anticipation was that he was going to go back to the left. He stuck with his natural side.
Well, it was incredible. I know that Darren Creswell just looked as if he didn't have the football. Maybe he was blindsided as well.
The Tiger fans are pretty happy about the fact that they've pulled back to within 2 points of Sydney. 1 minute left in the third term. We are in for a crackerjack last quarter. So stay tuned. Jared Crouch gets the ball for Sydney. All the way up to their half-forward line. David Burke gets the handball away. Bitterscombe to a vacant area wide, close to centre wing, and Tivendale and Schwass see the ball over for a throw-in.
Well, Hutto said it was a matter of milliseconds for Troy Luff. It's often a matter of millimetres, but what a turnaround that was. The Swans could have kicked a goal if the mark had been paid. And at the other end of the ground, Andy Callaway just showed the courage that he's been known for all season and come on with an injury and kick a big one.
Still a chance to score before the three-quarter time break. Leon Cameron's kick in the direction of Knights, not able to gather. Wasn't his attack on the ball pretty good there, Seymour? Eyes right on it. O'Loughlin, McPherson, Saddington. Swans a chance. Seconds left. They've got to take a mark from the Knicks kick in towards the full forward area. Oh, a terrible crush of players. Richmond player down on the ground. David Burke, it's Gaspar in trouble. The kick will be marked by Tivendale, and we'll watch as Gaspar just slowly tries to get back onto his feet. That was a terrible crunch between Hilton and Gaspar. And the siren as Gaspar. It was courage by both players. Desperate stuff by Hilton. Eyes on the ball, Gaspar. Richmond can't afford for that young fellow to not be able to take his place at the start of the last term.
It'd be cruel, wouldn't it, if injuries are to cruel the Tigers, because they've had so many during the year. And maybe it was the first, but maybe the second. As Hilton went to the ground, the knee seemed to come onto the head there and there again. And he doesn't look in good shape at all. What a last quarter ahead, though. At the last break, the Swans leading 10-10-70 to 10-8-68. Matthew Knight's not for the first time in the match having words to the umpires. He goes to the huddle. Gaspar tries to get his senses back with the doctor, Chris Bradshaw. We'll take a break and come back with the last quarter from Colonial. Great atmosphere around Colonial Stadium. Ben Hollands.
Terrific atmosphere. Both sides know what's at stake. And we've got two big men going to go head-to-head at this bounce.
Swans have pushed all their forwards up around the 50. No one inside 50 as Stafford. And Ottens went at it, and it was Daffy that won it out of the middle. Just went through Knights. And the Swans, well, not able to really clear it for any decent length of time. Well done, McPherson, who made a couple of blues today, but he's been right around the footy all day, hasn't he? 20 possessions and 5 marks for Daniel McPherson.
Cresswell's sure ball handling at half-back was important there too.
It's been an interesting battle between Creswell and Knights. I'd say Creswell at this stage would have the honours. Knights has played forward most of the day. He's had just 12 possessions, but more importantly, he hasn't really been involved in any goals.
Well, Tivendale was wrapped up. Swass trying to find a man. Saddington it is. Didn't want to just blaze because there was plenty of Tigers back. Lewis will have to be pretty quick here. Try and get the handball. He did. Over the top. Stevens on his wrong side. And that was the problem in the end. Out of bounds.
Gee, Wayne Schross's ability to assess a circumstance where it's tight is incredible, isn't it? I mean, even there, he was able to gather the ball and give the hand pass out to Jason Saddington. And they nearly manufactured a forward thrust which may have resulted in a shot at goal.
Oh, Goods just for a moment thought about trying to get through on his own. Oh, Gaspar just got it away. Tigers under fierce pressure, keeping it alive. Nix screws it back. It looks like it's all Richmond there. Rory Hilton made sure of it, just getting it away in time. Cameron with the pressure on, runs away from Seymour, running sideways to get clear and find his man on the wing in Broderick. Knight pushes forward. He'll be the option if he goes short here. He doesn't. Tivendale ran a long way and then he kicked hurriedly. A bouncing ball, Chaffee had to be sure with the feet. Back to Callaway. They're trying to build something, trying to create. Across half forward. Quick kick from Harrison. They need a mark. Might get one here. Was the spoil legal? Yes, it was. Just. And Wharf goes for the boundary line and gets there.
Gee, whatever Georgie Stone mentioned to Richard Osborne at three-quarter time about intense finals pressure, well, you've just seen it in the opening few minutes of this last quarter.
You get the feeling we're going to see plenty more of it too, Robbo.
No doubt. Go, Rich.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Robbo, it's just you get that feeling it's going to be a last man standing affair, no doubt.
Yeah, well, the injuries and the suspicions of the fitness of the players sitting on the bench, Jared, would have to come into play.
I think that's a fair point, Robbo, but I think smart decisions or the lack thereof will decide the match. I mean, Matthew Nix down there, he blazed away to the top of the square. There were no Swans players there. All of a sudden the ball rushes down and we see somebody, it was Tivendale, I think, try to outrun Greg Stafford rather than just kicking the ball along the position.
Well, they've got a chance here. McPherson receiving from Nix. McPherson's kick in the area of Captain Dynamic, Kelly. Can't quite get away and eventually flicked over by whichever player. I can't determine.
Yeah. Burke flicked it out the back. Paul Kelly asking the question.
Well, I think it was Burke, and it did look as if it was deliberate.
Yes, there was no disguise in that at all, and as a result of that, a boundary throw-in takes place. Goods kicked out of there by Stevens. Not all that effectively. Bitterscombe, Tigers,
well
mounting, Tivendale, Vardy. just stands and delivers, Royce Vardy, and would be reasonably happy. They've got the ball down to the centre wing area, and the boundary umpire will throw it in. The players that are on the interchange bench that can come back for the Tigers are Zanta, Dragicevic and Ben Holland.
Vardy's on goods down there, so that's a big ask for him. 35,000 people at Colonial, all watching on, seeing just what you can see. A great battle between Sydney and Richmond. 35,697 in fact. Very healthy crowds, as you'd expect at this time of the year.
Well, these centre bouncers, it's just about one-on-one everywhere. And it's whichever player can work off his opponent and get away.
Well, chance for Swans, wrapped up by Campbell. Handball away, but still in dangerous territory. Chaffee also squeezing it out. Armat couldn't take it with him. Numbers with Richmond. Hilton, aggressive. Hearn did the job. Campbell just spotted him out of the corner of his eye. And Mark Chaffee will have the chance to put Richmond in front at Colonial Stadium for the first time, I think, in the match. They were level at 1 goal all, and since then the Swans have been in front. And we're now 5 minutes into this last quarter.
Gee, whatever credit I gave Wayne Schwass, I should just give Wayne Campbell, I think, similar credit. His ability to spot Chaffee there was terrific.
Will the pressure tell on Mark Chaffee? Well, it didn't make the distance in the end. Rogers went for his traditional effort from the square. He's so quick at getting ball to boot, but behind that time he's kicked 3 goals, 2 for the afternoon. 1 point.
How does a draw set Richmond up? Would
Not Richmond, but it finishes Sydney.
It finishes Sydney, yeah. So the Swans just have to get over the top of the Tigers to keep their hopes alive. Richmond, they're in the 8. They play Carlton next week. Wayne Schwass clears the full back line out wide. Mark is taken by Wharf. He's just behind the wing. Lewis providing the lead. He goes in that direction. Well done by Dale Lewis. Got rid of his opponent and then kicked into the pocket where Goods couldn't quite stretch, and Mark spills off his hands over for a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for Sydney. Sydney lead the game by 1 point. It has been a 1 point game a couple of times during the third term. Tigers got to within 1 point of Sydney, but Richmond yet to get to the lead. Boundary throw in forward pocket for Sydney. Bitterscombe gathers. Kicks it out wide. Awkward bounce again. Lewis, very cool in a crisis, has given Crouch the chance to kick a goal for the Swans. Just beckoning to the umpire as to what the line will be. Rory Hilton minding the mark. Jared Crouch to kick for goal. Should get the distance. No, it slips off the side of his boot. No mark. Ball spills back to Maxfield. He might bury his former side here. Got the handball back to Seymour. Can go back to Maxfield. He can run to 50. Oh, well done. Didn't he measure that kick beautifully, Stuart Maxfield? And the mark has been taken by Nix. And Danny Frawley and Darren Crocker see the chances for the Tigers.
We only get so many chances to win a match. This is one coming up for the Swans. They've wasted one. Chaffee wasted one for the Tigers at the other end. And if you miss these goals, you can't expect to win close matches.
Plenty of time left. 15 minutes left as Nix kicks a goal, has he?
Yeah.
Just got through for a goal. Second goal. He kicked the first goal of the game, Matthew Nix. And he's kicked a very important second goal for himself. 11th goal for Sydney. And the Swans lead by 7 points.
Yes, they've been fortunate, the Swans, in the last few minutes. They have got a couple of lucky bounces, and one particular over the other side of the ground a minute or two ago to Dale Lewis, which went over the head of a Tiger player who was well in front. And once again, that one was speared out to the Swans.
So the Sydney Swans out to a 7-point lead, and in a tight contest where goals have been hard to come by. Richmond would want to answer. Plenty of time though. Swans able or not able to go forward. O'Loughlin over the top of it. Good persistence by the Tigers. Maxfield locks it up. Still they go. Broderick, it's like rugby. and we'll have a bounce.
Well, once was he'd be pretty sighing a breath of relief there, because it was pretty lackadaisical type of handball, and it could have got away from them. Could have set them up as well. He took the punt. Holland coming off. They're going a tall, an extra tall, and Callaway coming off.
So on the wing, 7 points is the lead for the Sydney Swans. McPherson, Swass, O'Loughlin goes out towards the boundary line. It's a bit early for that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but he had nothing to give it to, Hutto. It was really, I think, a smart kick. Unless you're going to be able to spear it onto someone's chest, no point just blazing away.
Well, we've seen what happens when you turn it over today, haven't we? When people have just blazed away. Saddington doing the ruck work against Harrison, so the big blokes on either side pushing back, pushing forward actually as far as Richmond are concerned. They're inside their 50. The ball might be there in a moment. Oh, Knights over the top of it still over the top. Creswell jumped on as well, and a bounce.
Seymour's been an effective player in just guarding the space behind the pack. He hasn't been utilised in the last passage of play. But just for Swans supporters and Tiger supporters watching the match, he's about 30 metres behind this pack, all alone. If the ball is thumped in there or dribbled in there, he's going to get it.
Maxfield kicks the ball back towards half forward, goes past Lewis, should be gathered by Harrison. Handball away to Gaspar. Gaspar, a long kick towards half forward for the Tigers. No mark taken. The punch away. Gathered Tivendale. He's caught with the ball. Crouch the tackler. The umpire will bounce.
And a good decision from the umpire. He had no chance whatsoever to assess the disposal. So effectively no prior opportunity. And good afternoon to John Russo. A smart decision.
Jared Crouch, 21 possessions in this game. Sydney lead by 7. Taken by Gale, away from Stevens. Campbell in a spot of bother. Got the head pass out to Biddiscombe. Biddiscombe into the pocket. Holland, third man in line was Rogers diving. He keeps the Tigers' hopes alive, does Matthew Rogers. Sydney by 7. Rogers shooting from just in excess of 40 metres. He's kicked 3. Rowan Wharf minding Matthew Rogers. A free shot at goal for Rogers.
You can feel the collective nerves of the Tiger supporters here at Colonial.
Well, he's usually a pretty good kick.
Looking for it.
One wonders whether he was looking for a mark to be taken. The lousy Daniel McPherson won't even give away a score, but he won't keep it out either. Vardy tackled, got the hand pass. Daffy taken over by Lewis.
You know what? I shouldn't say this. I can see a deliberate out of bounds being paid to win this game. Yeah. We had about 8 in the day that could have gone either way. Haven't been paid. Oh dear, 7 points. It's tense, isn't it? The nerves for everyone.
You've got a sadistic streak in you, Hutto.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come down to that. Lewis, it's over the line and out of bounds. We've seen just so much of it through the afternoon, though. Stevens
coming off. Fosdyke, who's had not a lot of time, would add some fresh legs to the Swans on-ball division.
So 60 out from the Tigers' goal. In front, Gale getting it down. Chaffee, good hands, just releasing the ball. Tivendale will almost have a go. He does, right to the point of the square. What a kick to the line. Maybe it would have been better to kick it up to the top, but it was online. In the end, I guess it made the job of the defenders a little easy to concede the behind, but we have got 1 goal the difference. 1 even goal, Robbo.
Stuart Maxfield gathering the football. .76 plays, 70.
Well, do
Sydney
they stick with a short, high possession game, or do they try and go long to one of their? Well, there's your answer.
Oh. Pretty good kick, actually, in the finish. Onto the chest of McPherson.
We've had a few nerves there, I think.
McPherson goes wider still. That was a good kick as well. And a good mark taken down here in front of us by Wharf away from Rogers.
Nick's providing some space and an option.
Hanging onto the ball now, Rowan Wharf, and then kicks it high towards half forward. Ball spills to the back. Hilton tackled. Hand pass a little bit too fierce there for Broderick. Gathered by Knights. Couldn't control it. Seymour, the boundary umpire will throw it in.
Seymour off for Sydney. I'm not sure if he was a bit injured. He's shaking his head, and Luff on into the defence. And Jared said he's been pretty good, Seymour.
David Burke is just all by himself. They're 40 metres behind. If the Tigers can get this clear, they've got got a player that they can get it into their forward line with.
Got a hip injury, I think, Seymour, by the look of the way he was beckoning to the medical staff. The umpire's found a free kick. Looks as though it's going to Vardy, and away go the Tigers.
Well, yeah, Jared talked about it. Burke was well on the other side on his own for so long. Spins inboard. Bitterscombe, couple in the square. Oh, he left it behind. Still they get the chance. Burke just went for the short option. Holland went to ground. No free kick. Tiger fans wanted it. Holland had a lot of momentum. There's that beautiful kicking style of Andrew Dunkley. Out to Lewis, who was crunched. Play on. Bitterscombe again. Went short on the bounce. Dragicevic, good hands. Daffy, a scores level. Scores level. Yes, they are. He's kicked a couple of important goals for them today, Nick Daffy, at crucial times, and none more so than that one.
Well, we spoke about the mongrels. Here is the quintessential Woomabanger, and it gave Dale Lewis only half a chance, and all of a sudden it just goes straight back over your head. But why wasn't someone on David Burke? It was there for an eternity.
Ben Harrison just trying to maybe squeeze an opportunity on that forward 50 for Richmond. The first time I've ever seen the raw meter get anywhere near 100 was as a result of that goal from Nick Daffy. He's played a terrific game, Wayne Campbell. Back to Cameron, Hilton. Oh, look out, Burke. Look out, Burke. You're caught.
Well, look at this.
And look at this turnover.
He's paid in the back. He's paid in the back.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, no, not in a game that's been absolutely sensational.
Yeah, just reserve your judgment, Robbo. Watch this.
It's not. It's not.
Great
It's
tackle.
dead set
Well,
not. It's a great tackle.
What do you think, Jared?
Anyway,
Go ahead, Robert.
it's been paid, and Richmond, Gaspar, tackled by Nix, dispossessed. Also in there is Saddington. Gaspar would be quite happy there to hold play up between wing and right half forward favouring the Tigers. Cannot believe that that free kick was not awarded to Robbie Armat. Umpire bounces the ball up over the top with Schwass, gathered by Campbell. Handball Chaffee, back to Dragicevic. Dragicevic's kick. Shawball, the puncher from behind. Rogers couldn't take it. Shawball, long out wide. O'Loughlin. The silky skills of Michael O'Loughlin. Watch this, folks. Watch this, folks. He could go the length of the ground. He could go it. No, there's a couple out there to help you, Michael. Don't forget that. Wayne Schwass straightens up and then kicks in towards half forward. 1 on 3. Gaspar couldn't take the mark. The crumbs are gathered. Adam Goods. Adam Goods has just missed.
He should have dead set laid it off to Robbie Armat. Did all the good work, and Armat was incensed as he should have been. That was a goal went begging there.
Paul Broderick warming the bench. Adam Goods behind has given Sydney the lead once again.
Oh, what a match. What a finish with so much at stake. 11-11-77 to 11-10-76.
Lord Nelson might have been mentioned.
He nearly got a mention, Rexic, as Campbell takes it and goes through centre half back. Dragicevic gets it out to the wing. Good looking kick. Gale's in front. So Richmond down by a point, but they have the all-important possession. 9 minutes remaining in this last quarter. 35,000 people making an enormous amount of noise. And Brad Otten's in front of Andrew Shawball, has got it 65 out.
Gee, there's one thing to provide the lead, which he did, but there's another thing to kick the ball to him on his chest, not having to change stride.
Well, the Swans flood back. Otten's kicks, very long, 1-on-1. Well, in the end, they got more than one back, and that behind, an important one. Scores level again.
Yes, 77 apiece. Wayne Schwass, experienced campaigner that he is, 250 games to his credit. Congratulations to him, and congratulations to Andrew Shawball, 100 games. The ball in the hands of the Swans. Stafford puts it onto the face of Goods. Probably would be well advised to stick to the boundary line, and he does. Gives it to Lewis. Fosdyke, if he can kick it to his advantage, no. Decides to hold it up. Luff is on his own in the middle, but he in turn hugs the boundary line into the pocket, and Saddington was down there, but in the finish probably Matthew Knights. forcing a boundary throw in. Reasonable result for the Tigers. Fosdyke coming off the ground. Matthews to come back for Sydney. Ball to be thrown in about 40 metres around from the Swans goal. Swans have kicked one in this last quarter, as have Richmond. The ball floats menacingly back towards the boundary line, gathered here by young Holland. His kick, punched away, well done by Stafford. Dunkley missed his target, Stafford's in trouble. The more athletic, agile Hilton runs away, then punts it back to half forward, no one home. Markers taken by Luff, they can go across the ground. Maxfield doesn't mind running with the ball. He can spot Nix in the middle. He's got Nix in the middle. Nix to look, deliver, across the half-forward line, Matthews. Goods drops the mark. Back goes Ahmat. Cameron backs himself. Ahmat runs him down.
Throw!
And Ahmat gets the belated free kick, which he should have got about 3 minutes ago.
Did he handball this one, or I think he just fumbled it.
Well, the umpire's decided here, I think, that he's had the prior opportunity, he's taken them on, and then he hasn't given it by hand or foot. Let's have a look. Was there a little middly fist on it?
I think he touched it with his left fist, but the free kick is with Ahmat from directly in front. Ahmat has missed. Chances going, begging, left, right and centre. Sydney 11-12, Richmond 11-11, Sydney by a point. Ahmat has kicked 1 goal, 4.
That is an extraordinary decision in the way that they've umpired this game, where they've given the players a fair bit of time to get rid of it. Anyway, 6.5 minutes remaining. Swans by a point. Big chance went begging for them from Ahmat, that's for sure. Chaffey onto the wing.
Hilton.
Good kick. Hilton, no contest for him there. Looks up, doesn't have a lot on offer, apart from one-on-one contest. Swans peeling off, allowing Hilton to kick it low. Good spoil from Dunkley. Richmond plays down. Daffy's kick 2. Can he kick a third? No, won't make it. Just over Knights' head. Behind, not conceded. 6 minutes and 10 on the clock, Jared.
Well, it's a toss of the coin, isn't it, Hutto? It's once again it comes down to taking your opportunities. Swans have just let one slip. I'm sure that both sides will get another couple of cracks at it, but it'll come down to the numbers, who can hold their nerve in such a pressure cooker situation.
Otten's trying to get the ball from behind. Matthews struggle for possession right in front of the Richmond goal.
And that would include the umpires.
Ben Matthews, who spent a little bit of time on the bench, came back onto the ground to take the place of Fosdyke only a matter of a few minutes ago. Brendan Gale crunched by Stafford. Schwass, Saddington, Maxfield, very good in a very tight situation. The Swans there. Wolf's kick was well marked by Crouch. He could nearly get votes here today, Crouch. He's been pretty good. Looking maybe to take the punt and go into the middle, but decides to go wider. Maxfield, he's only sort of 12 or 13 metres further forward. He goes in towards half-back where Nix has made good position. Nix to run, bounce it, you'll get penalised. No, he won't. He kicks in towards half-forward. It's a vacant area. Ahmat to swoop on it. Ahmat to deliver. Saddington. There's a kick. It'll be marked, will it? No, it won't. It was O'Loughlin who got back. He's still going to get a chance. Oh, Michael O'Loughlin! Sir Michael of the clock! Third goal to O'Loughlin. Magnificent play. Swans 7 points in front, and we've got 5 minutes left.
Just for the record, I think we should pay tribute to Robbie Ahmat. He missed the last goal, but this one creates it. He just attacked that footy, and he had the presence of mind that time to lay it off. Michael O'Loughlin, what a great recovery it was. In fact, the Tigers did well to come back 1 on 2, but O'Loughlin's pure genius got the goal.
Oh, Michael O'Loughlin hasn't had an enormous impact today, but boy, Ahmat and O'Loughlin combining there to give the Swans a 7-point lead. Plenty of time, as you saw on the clock, for the Tigers to get back. Crunch went Nix. Here goes Daffy out of the middle. Head up, still fairly tight in that defence. Oh, it made it through. No mark. Otten Ottens just couldn't hang on to it. Great stuff. Must be a free kick.
Gee, that was a terrific effort by Ottens.
It was a great performance. A big kick too by Daffy. I tell you what, Dunkley is almost the Swans' best player since half-time. He's been fantastic.
I tell you what, Knights was pretty late. That second effort there that he did on Dunkley.
Well, Dunkley's going to dead set. No, he won't now. Swans is going forward to take this kick from him.
Well, he never kicks the ball anyway, Andrew, does he? He kicked it once and coughed it up with his left foot.
Let's have a look at it again.
Went into the
Crutched
match with
the
an
first
injury.
one, and then Knights, after the free had been paid, throwing him to the ground. McPherson propped pretty well then. The ball running for Stafford. If he could just pick it up. Lewis. Oh, he had a good look too, but found Cameron. So Tigers away now up half back. Campbell, thumping kick. Ottens in front.
Great recovery.
Dunkley, what a recovery. Brilliant work. Chappie off the pack. He's kicked it up high into the pocket. A tough one for Rogers and a good spoil from Wharf.
A great recovery by Andrew Dunkley, who needed major reconstruction, major knee reconstruction when he needed the kick.
Yeah.
But then he got up and completed well.
Shades of Ronnie McEwen, who kicked the goal out at
Can't help you.
out at Waverley after one of his teammates, who was a no-good kick, went down with a pretend injury. I'll remember it soon. Crouch, more important matters pressing at the moment. Swass, poor handball. Tippendale broke the first tackle, not the second. Daffy, likewise gave it away in the end. Swass went to the boundary. No use appealing for that, Tigers. The ball out of bounds. 3 minutes and 50 remaining.
7 points is the lead that the Swans enjoy.
It was James Manson, by the way, just to complete that story.
He must have been in nappies. 60 metres around from the Richmond goal. Desperately trying to score. Bowden, Stafford. Oh, he's on the full. The kick coming out from Jared Crouch. The free kick to be taken by Knights. Kicks to the front of the goal square. Looking for a mark from Ottens up high. Couldn't take it. Schwass receiving from Schauble. In turn, Luff to Maxfield. He's got to have to hang on to the ball. There's no one to kick it to. He gives the hand pass away. Cresswell. Darren Cresswell across the half-forward line. The kick advantage is Saddington. Saddington's kick out on the full. Bowden, the tackler, will probably take the free kick.
Sorry, Robbo. That's another chance gone begging, isn't it?
Most definitely. Jason Saddington, now the umpire, is telling Bowden to go back to the 50-metre line. He's still able to get the kick away. And it only goes as far as McPherson. Campbell was calling for it, but he was calling while Joel Bowden was walking back. Didn't give him enough space from Bowden to the man on the mark.
Gee, the Tigers, sorry Robbo, the Tigers have got to dig deep here. Under 3 minutes remaining in this match. Swans deciding to chip it around, but the season on the line for Richmond.
No, Schwass has the ball. There's no one on the mark. Well, he looks as though he's quite contented to hang on to it for a few more seconds. Now he delivers into the pocket. Stafford, ball falls short. Gale, Knights, now Burke. Going to take a few risks. They might have to. Hilton, anyone there? Yes, there is. Short, Vardy, handball away. Running support, Cameron. Cameron goes straight down the ground. Mark needs to be taken. Crumbs gathered. Crumbs gathered by Chaffee. Hook the kick. Look at Brad Ottens. He was beckoning for it. The ball goes down in the direction of a goal! An absolute goal! And a magnificent goal! I don't know what it was, but it was a goal! Incredible stuff! A goal kicked by Mark Chaffee. Watch this ball bounce away from Troy Luff. Oh, dear me. Chaffee, the goal kicker, and back to a 1-point margin in favour of Sydney.
Well, will Mark Chaffee be the accidental hero? That kick was amazing, and Troy Luff, desperation, couldn't get there. 1-point ball game. We've said all along it's felt like it's going to come right down to the proverbial wire. Let's see what happens from here. Who'll get it out of the middle? Sydney, Cresswell, 2 minutes on the clock. Didn't really find a target. Oh, well done, Paul Kelly. Hit it hard. And can he get clear? Yes. Run a long way, so he has a bounce. Captain Kelly doesn't kick the goal. O'Loughlin in front, just held on to. Play on the call. Vardy, Tigers have got loose men if they can get it out to Burke. He takes it and laid it up brilliantly. Cameron at full tilt. Tigers surging forward. They need a mark. They've got it, Rogers. 1 minute 38 on the clock. Will he go for goal? I think he must. He sets it up. It was a wobbly one. Dunkley took the mark.
Well, now's the time you would wind down the clock if possible.
1:22 left. Still a little bit too much time left, Jared, maybe.
Well, maybe, Robbo, but you've only... The question is, can Andrew Dunkley spot the kick?
Yep, this is the one. 1 minute and 9 remaining.
Swass will just run straight past him and take the handball. Here he goes.
And Swass goes for the boundary. The contest on the boundary. Stafford, he marked it.
They should win from here.
Under a minute to go. Sydney lead by 1 point. And Greg Stafford with the footy.
They're telling him to kick it forward. This is the time you go backwards. Just hold possession. 47 seconds. He's got players only 15 metres away. Wayne Swass can run into space.
So the risk is there that you might cough it up from this kick. The ball spills to the back. Lewis, well done. Cresswell, good pick-up on the run. Left foot kick by Darren Cresswell. In goes Bitterscombe. Marks, not paid. Ball spills for Gasper. O'Loughlin the tackler. Hilton in there. A contest. Swans should win. Bitterscombe with the ball.
Still a chance.
They've got to get 2 kicks and they've got to get 2 clean kicks. 12 seconds left. Risk has been taken. Daffy up over the top with Swass. An emphatic punch on the ball. Goods. Matthews.
What a win by the Swans! What an amazing finish! A 1-point win by the Sydney Swans in the despair. You can see it all over the ground. You'd think they'd lost the grand final, Richmond. It may prove to be their grand final. Emotional scenes in the box. Well, they had a crack, but the Swans somehow held on. It was a scrap. There was mistakes from both sides. There was a bit of fortune, some questionable decisions. But in the end, the Swans 12-12-84 have defeated Richmond 12-11-83. Aussie.
Well, sure, it's 100 games. What a way to celebrate, mate. What a fantastic win.
Absolutely wrapped. I mean, that's what's killed us all this year is we've lost the close ones. And to win one by 1 point when right in the dying seconds, they could have stolen it, but we're just wrapped. So our finals hopes are still alive.
Thanks, Shorts. Enjoy the win, mate. Great stuff.
Thanks.
Well, Andrew Shawble, 100 games, and Wayne Swass, 250 games. They'll enjoy this. The Swans' hopes of the season still alive. Tigers certainly still alive. Ahead of Sydney on the ladder, but with a poor percentage. And a match against Carlton to come next week. The Swans have Geelong. Amazing stuff. It's hard not to feel for the Tigers. They'll get one more crack at it next week. There's Joel Bowden. Sydney victorious here. What a day for Rodney Eade by 1 point.